look. As I represent the game in a way that can't be challenged, and delegate the comments of hate that can't be managed. I was told once, roll my shoulder like blunts and don't get touched, but my skin tough and bigger than Miss Biz butt. So guess what? I'ma talk my shit and just win once. Throw uppercuts and bone breakers, a needle and haystack with haymakers. I throw mines, don't hide behind my straight right. I show mine and show no the blow by the blow, bro. I blow mines. Oops! Up on man! Yeah! Yes! Up on. Hey! Y'all know what day it is. Huh? Y'all know what day it is. It's Taco Tuesday. Bye. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz. Don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Who do we have up in here? Malik, what's going on with you? Where we at? Traverse. What's going on with you? Oops. All right, man. Look, first, I want to say this. Ah! Oh my God. Listen, George Furiosus Kambosos will not be fighting Devin the Dream Haney next. It will either be Vasily Lomachenko or even more likely King Ryan Garcia. Listen, I have the receipts. We're going to discuss this, look at everything. We're going to break it down and see exactly what's going on and how do we come to this conclusion. Hit the Tyson bell. First, I'm going to give you Black History fact. Then we're going to do some Twitter fingers. And you know, at the end, we have the latest update, ShowBizz advice. Hit the Tyson bell. I did get a new email yesterday regarding this. We got to talk about it. I know you guys excited. And this is the Taco Tuesday. Look, let's see what you all got to say. There you go. Go visit Biz Adult on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. That's where we get to the bag. We do a lot on Twitter. Happy Valentine's Day coming up for all of you. Let me see. What else? Let me see. Loma Woodwind. Okay. Shout out from Georgia. Much love to you. All right. Real quick. Let's do boxing historical. Black history fact here. Muhammad Ali. Love Black history fact. Muhammad Ali, when he took on Sonny Liston, he was not afraid. They thought he was crazy. Well, there's a reason why Muhammad Ali wasn't afraid of Sonny Liston. Because he fought a Sonny Liston before. Check out the story. Hold on. Let me see what Trevor P has to say. Got some mini tacos for my Jack in the Box just for this Taco Tuesday stream. Okay. Good work. Muhammad Ali, he fought a Sonny Liston before, back when he was an amateur, back when he was Cassius Clay, an amateur, a young kid, around 17 years old, back in Louisville. On the West End, there was a huge kid, a bully, built like a man. He used to walk down the street, and grown men used to cross the street to get away from this kid. This kid name was Corky Baker. That's what they call him. Real name, Charlie Baker. This kid was the toughest kid on the West End. Everyone was afraid of him. He was a maniac. Well, Muhammad Ali, he fought him as a kid. And he told everybody, I'm going to beat this bully. He fought that kid, bloodied his nose up, gave him a black eye by the first round. By the second round, Corky Baker could not hit him, and Corky Baker quit. He said, this isn't fair, and he walked out. Muhammad Ali's best friend at the time looked at Muhammad Ali and said, now you're the toughest kid. That's a little Black history fact. Moving on to Sonny Liston, he went on where he knew what Sonny Liston was. He already cracked that egg. That's why he was able to do the same thing with George Foreman. He had experience. Hit the Tyson bell. Okay. Let me see. James West, thank you so much for the super sticker. All right, let's work. Let's work. Let's start off this whole thing with something we like to call Twitter fingers. Twitter fingers. Twitter fingers. Now listen. Dan Rafael, he said Loma fight is in discussion, as is Garcia, talking about George Kambosos. He said both are on the table. DAZN has no interest in making the Haney fight. Hit the Tyson bell. Dan Rafael said DAZN has no interest in making the Haney fight. Well, why is that? Why is that? Huh? DAZN has no interest in making the Haney fight. Why is that? We'll talk about that. I think DAZN has no interest in making the Haney fight because he's boring. Hit the Tyson bell. Ah! We're going to go through, we're going to go down the road. One by one, each block. It's one thing for Devin the Dream Haney to have that fight with Linares. The only exciting thing is when Linares rocked him. Then after that, it was George Kambosos who said, let's see how you look your next fight. That Haney versus Jojo Diaz fight was a snooze fest. Dan Rafael is tweeting, saying that DAZN do not want to make this Haney fight. Okay, let's go a little bit further. Let's go a little bit further. Let me read this for you. Hold on. Let me share this. Several reasons. Okay, pillow hands. Okay, let me share this for you. Let me share this for you. Let's go here. Let's see if you guys can see this pretty good. Can you see it pretty good? Cool. Okay, look. This is what Bill Haney had to say about the George Kambosos fight. He said, the pandemic, this is Bill Haney, the father of Devin Haney. The pandemic forced Australia to be on 50% lockdown, which I could only say that's one of the reasons why the fight isn't getting as much support for the fight being there as they initially thought. Let's continue. We have football stadiums that are sold out here in the States. Bill Haney says, I think in the U.S., we've gotten control of that evil disease, COVID. You see stadiums sold out. It's pretty much plugged and played at this point in time. If you put Devin's name with Kambosos, it's a big event. Hold on. Not done. This is all from Bill Haney. What I'm saying is let's stop the holdup. Let's stop creating the narrative that it only can happen in Australia. Let me repeat that. Let's stop creating the narrative that it can only happen in Australia. Let's open it up and let's open up talks that it can happen anywhere in the world. It's whoever brings the most money, don't you think? Hit the Tyson bell. Now listen. Devin Haney is now, Bill Haney is now saying, well, with the COVID thing going on, it's 50% open in Australia, which is not a complete truth. I'm hearing that it's 100% open in a few days. Bill Haney said it's 50% open. Let's stop the narrative that it can only happen in Australia. Guess what? That means that everybody was right. Devin the Dream Haney isn't that much of a draw in Australia. Hit the Tyson bell. Huh? Listen, Devin Haney is a draw in the States. Bill Haney is saying now, look, we're wide open in the States. Let's stop the narrative that it can only be in Australia. Come to the States. Guess what? George Kambosos is like, I told you guys from the very beginning that I will be fighting my next fight, defending my titles in Australia. So it's not just the money thing. Now it's the location. Hit the Tyson bell. All right. Hold on. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let me share this. Let me share this. Let's break all of this down one by one. We're getting there. All right, look. This is the Twitter fingers from George Furiosus Kambosos Jr. He said this in response to Bill Haney. But the boy said, I'll go to Jupiter. Remember that? Newsflash, mate. All stadiums are open and at full capacity. Full international travel starts next month. So bring all your mates. I have not seen one offer with a dollar amount, but you sent a contract. DAZN got no money for you. Ouch! Hit the Tyson bell. Huh? What's going on there? He said that he'll fight in Jupiter. He said he'll fight it. Hold on. I think we have one more. One more Twitter finger to help this out. This is from George Kambosos. The kid is scared, and his own broadcaster won't back him, talking about DAZN, because he ain't bringing subscriptions. Cold, hard truth. Poor kid did like 500 tickets his last fight. I was there. It was his hometown, too. I did more in my pro debut at a club. Hit the Tyson bell. Saying Devin the Dream Haney isn't putting asses in seats. That's why DAZN is not backing him. It's not supporting him. Ah! Hold on. And that, my friends, was the Twitter. Twitter fingers. Twitter fingers. Huh? Hit the Tyson bell. So wait a minute. My thought is, well, what's going on? What's going on? Let me tell you the honest to God truth. We've been seeing this from the very beginning, and we didn't realize it. We've been seeing this from the very beginning. Don't blame them boring fights, bro. Hold on. We've been seeing this from the very beginning. Now it's starting to shape up. Let's go to our new segment called Receipts. Receipts, motherfucker! On this Taco Tuesday, we got the receipts. Hold on, let me see. Bill Haney looks like after prison Andre Bishop. Hey, brother. He does, actually. He does. He does. Everybody remember fight night. We got the receipts. Let's cover the receipts. This is when Devin the Dream Haney was talking that whole Jupiter talk.
All due respect, why do you feel like I need to look excited or whatever the case may be? Why not just make it happen for all the belts? I need to look excited or whatever the case may be. Why not just make it happen for all the belts?
Oh, no, we're gonna do that.
Good. That's it. That's all right.
As long as
if it makes sense.
It makes sense. Oh no, you already said you come to Charlotte. That's beautiful because
I'll fight you on Jupiter if I got to.
Okay. Things has changed. He's not fighting on Jupiter if he has to. Bill Haney said, let's stop the whole narrative with the Australia talk. But here's the most important thing about that. Devin the Dream Haney was like, why not just make the fight? Why must I look exciting in my next fight? That Devin already knows. George Kambosos is like, I'm looking at you against Jojo Diaz. If you don't look exciting, I'm not going to defend my title in Australia, being a superstar now in Australia, bringing that all the way home in a boring fight. Let's keep it real. George Kambosos, he can swat a bit, but he's not a one-punch devastating puncher, okay? Devin the Dream Haney, he's extremely quick and extremely careful. When he wasn't being careful and trying to be excited, he got rocked by Linares. Huh? Let me see boxer. A new member, baby. Let's lay out the facts. Let's lay out the facts. I understand. We're not there yet, but let's lay out the facts real quick. So Devin the Dream Haney, he got very careful against Jojo Diaz. That fight was letting you guys know if he's going to fight undisputed against George Furiosa's Kambosos, he's not going to take the risk. Why take the risk? If you're quick enough to keep away, quick enough with your feet, and probably take it to the scorecards and win, you better do that. Problem is, that's not exciting. If he can win that way, he'll probably win that way. More than likely, he wins that way. The problem is, that's not exciting. Hold on real quick. Biz, always bring the show to the podcast. I'm digging the new intro music, so thank you so much, Trevor. Huh? That's why Devin the Dream Haney said what he said. Why Devin the Dream Haney said, well, why must I be exciting? Why shouldn't we just fight the fight? Let's listen to Devin the Dream Haney here because we got the receipt.
What's your take on that fight? Are you in negotiations? Does it feel like it's something that's going to happen?
It's pretty much at a standstill. At the end of the day, everything that they asked for, we giving them, whether it was going to Australia, whether it was getting the vaccine. Whether it was going to Australia, whether it was getting the vaccine, whether it was going to Australia, whether it was going to Australia. I just feel like it's going to be an even longer list of things that they want me to do because it's just a fight that they really don't want. It's something totally different after I fought. Before I fought, they said, "Oh yeah, this is the next fight. This, that."
Right.
Before he fought, he said if he won, he would be fighting me. But I think that he's not really honoring that.
Huh? Hit the Tyson Bell. He said that he'd go to Australia. They were talking about going to Australia. Bill Haney, he's saying something different. Fine, okay. Now you have that hypocrisy, but that's okay. But Devin the Dream Haney said it again. You guys wanted to fight me before I fought. It's something totally different after I fought. Why? Because when you fought Jojo Diaz, the whole crowd went. Huh? But still, Kambosos sounds willing to take on Devin the Dream Haney. That they will take on Devin the Dream Haney. The problem isn't with George Kambosos. The problem is with DAZN. The problem is with DAZN. You hear George Kambosos saying time and time again, your own broadcasting is not supporting you. They're not behind you. Here's the question. What does Eddie Hearn have to say? Guess what we got? The receipt.
What's the latest with the Kambosos negotiations?
We're talking to DAZN. We're talking to DAZN. I mean, look, George keeps coming out on social media and saying we're waiting for the offer, but they want to promote the fight, and we're going to Australia. You know, we've been talking to DAZN, who are very, very keen to make the Devin Haney fight, of course. George and Peter Khan and Jim Kambosos and all those guys, they're up for it. But we just got to try and find a way to make it happen.
The problem is DAZN. DAZN wants to get to the bag in an exciting fight. People are trying to get people to subscribe to DAZN. But you can't have people subscribe to it if one of your leading faces on DAZN is Devin the Dream Haney. Because people are like, oh, he put on snooze fest. Devin the Dream Haney, he wins though. Fantastic fighter. But I'm not talking about us boxing fans. I'm talking about the business. I'm not talking about what's fair. I'm talking about what's financially beneficial. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about the business. That's what DAZN is on. Let's see what James West has to say. For the community, hit the Tyson Bell. We're not talking about what's fair right now. We're talking about money. They want to gain as many subscribers as possible on the zone. One of their leading faces, Canelo Alvarez, gone, free agent. So this fight for Undisputed, big fight, international fight, is going to be the zone. Eddie Hearn is saying they want the fight. We're talking to the zone. If your promoter is Haney, fight, sell, paper. If you're a promoter, is Haney fight, sell, pay-per-view? That's the question. Here's the thing. If you want to talk about promoters and managers and how we've been hearing this same thing from the very beginning, but we paid attention to it slightly in this community, but not all the way. Let's listen to the promoters and the managers, because guess what we got? We got the receipts.
Hey guys, any updates on the big potential fight between Lomachenko and George Kambosos?
Nothing I can say because everything is in talks. He has some offer from a top rank. They talking with Lou DiBella, who is Kambosos' promoter.
This is prize fighting, so we're going to check all our options out. But it's going to be about the prize. That's what it's going to be about. It's going to be about the path that gets him most money and the biggest worldwide acclaim.
Well,
Devin Haney needs George Kambosos more than George Kambosos needs Devin Haney. That's a fact. It's going to be about the money and the opportunity and the biggest money and biggest opportunity that presents itself.
He doesn't want a warm-up fight or wait for other people. Why should he? He's got to have the biggest fight possible, and that's for the Undisputed.
Undisputed is more important than Lomachenko.
Of course it is.
It's going to be about the money and the opportunity. And the biggest money and biggest opportunity that presents itself.
Yeah, I think, truth be told, nobody knows who Devin Haney is in Australia.
It's going to be about the money and the opportunity. And the biggest money and biggest opportunity that presents itself. Ryan Garcia, if he gets back in the ring first, if George gets back in the ring, Ryan Garcia still is a bigger name than Devin. Boxing fans, hardcore boxing fans, watch and subscribe to streaming services for boxing. Okay? But the regular the crossover sports fans, the general sports fans, the casuals, like, you don't build star status when you're being developed on a streaming service. Like, you don't build star status when you're being developed on a streaming service.
Here's the Tyson Bale. Who did he bring up? What name did he bring up? King Ryan Garcia. Lou DiBella's a genius. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story about Ryan Garcia and how Lou DiBella has had his eyes on Ryan Garcia from the very beginning, and how Lou DiBella was trying to massage this whole thing with Lomachenko from the very beginning. Hold on. Let's see what y'all got to say. You think Cam will wait for Ryan? Hold on. Curious Jorge. Don't forget, I'm the one that broke the story that the deal between Ryan Garcia and George Kambosos is a 2-fight deal. It's you get your tune-up, and I fight a floor mat out there in Australia. It doesn't matter who I fight in Australia. I'm the star. I fight a floor mat in Australia. You fight your tune-up, and then afterwards, we fight each other. Don't forget, that was the negotiation. That's what was being offered. I had a very, 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 very strong source. And I broke that news to you guys. That is still there. Let me tell you something about, hold on, let me see. The casual fans is where the money is, 100%. Let me tell you the little story about Ryan Garcia and Lou DiBella. Who's Ryan Garcia fighting next? Emmanuel Ortega, right? Tego is who he's fighting next. Hold on, let me see what you got to say. Ryan versus Cambo is what the Zone wants. Yep. And after that, whatever wins can carry the weight to the Devin fight. The Zone is a corporation. That means, that wants to spread first. 100%. Tego is who Ryan Garcia fight next in April. Who is Tego's promoter? Who is Tego's promoter? You want me to give you a hint? Lou DiBella. Hold on. $1 trillion dream. So Ryan Garcia is going to bring more money than Devin. LOL. You think Loma is going to bring more than Devin? Oh, wow. The stadium is going to fill up regardless. True that. The stadium's going to fill up regardless. But let's talk. Let's talk about who brings more money. Facts. Lou DiBella is Tego's promoter. Let me run this by you. Who was Vasily Lomachenko's last fight against? Who was Vasily Lomachenko's last fight against? Let's go, War Room. Let's speak to Taco Tuesday. It takes a little while. You probably said it already. It takes a little while on my end of the chat. Let me give my water room temperature. That's right. Comey. Who is Comey's promoter? That boy Lou is a genius. That boy Lou DiBella is a genius. Ultimately, what he wants is an in-house undisputed fight. If Richard Comey could have beaten Lomachenko, that'll work best for him. Okay? But it didn't happen. Let's see if Tego can beat Ryan Garcia. But it goes deeper than that. Lou DiBella was talking to Oscar De La Hoya about Tego fighting Ryan Garcia back in 2020. Back in July of 2020. How? Boy, because Ryan Garcia was ranked number 2. Emmanuel Tego was ranked number 3 in the WBO. He wanted to have them two fight to become mandatory for Lomachenko WBO. Now he's getting the fight, finally. Peep game. Peep game. Vasily Lomachenko, he said, and I quote, that Bob Arum has sent George Furiosus Kambosos, has sent him the contract. He sent him the offer. I'm sorry. He sent him the offer. He said, I'm waiting on you, George Kambosos. Shh. He ain't said shit. With the tweets you getting from George Kambosos, it's all about Devin Haney. Why? He's trying to destroy that fight. The fight is not going to happen. The Zone is not going to allow that to happen. We might as well gun that down. So now it's Vasily Lomachenko or Ryan Garcia. Hold on real quick. Ryan Garcia also fights on streaming app. True. Loma never had a pay-per-view fight, and Ryan doesn't deserve the opportunity and probably going to duck. Okay. But let's talk the facts, though. The streaming service thing is the fact. Let's talk the facts, $1 trillion. If George Kambosos fights Vasily Lomachenko, hold on, let me see. Investigative reporter ShowBizz is not about stadium filling. Instead, it's about the reach outside of Australia and U.S. is both. Either or Ryan, Loma or Ryan next. Listen. Let me run this by you. If George Kambosos' next fight in Australia is Vasily Lomachenko, he's getting his ass whipped. You know that. I know that. Let's not play. He's getting his ass whipped by Vasily Lomachenko. That's one fight. He's going to get his ass whipped. Okay. The best thing he can do is have that fight and then have a rematch clause in there so he fights him twice. Once in Australia, probably another time in the States, something like that. That's 2 bags. That's 2 bags. Listen to me. Or Lou DiBella has Tego fight Ryan Garcia. George Kambosos in a deal with Ryan Garcia, he fights a floor mat in Australia. They sell out in Australia no matter what. He calls out Ryan Garcia. He shows up to the Tego fight too against Ryan Garcia. He steps in the ring, talks shit to Ryan Garcia, to King Ryan. Huh? That's 2 bags. Then Ryan Garcia fight George Kambosos in Australia. That's 3 bags. And then a rematch clause. You already got Ryan Garcia and Tego. Is that going to sell out? Yeah. George Kambosos out in Australia. Ryan Garcia and Tego where? Texas. Alamo Dome. They got that figured out. Smart as a whip. Ryan Garcia got his backing. They got that. They fight in Australia. Rematch clause. That's 3 bags. Rematch clause. That's 4 bags. The next fight can be in the States, or hell, it can be in Saudi Arabia. It's international now. We're crossing waters now. Let's break it down like this. Let's break it down like this. Let's break it down like this. If Ryan Garcia fights Kambosos, let's tell the truth. Not fanboying. That's who do I rather see? Devin Haney get his shot. But we're not talking about integrity. I'm talking about business here. Okay? We're not talking about feelings. We're talking about finances. All right? My feelings, I want Devin Haney to get his shot. Let's talk about finances. I'm not going to push my narrative or my feelings. I'm going to talk about this. Hold on real quick. Curious Jorge. I got Garcia's back. I want him to bounce back. Oh, yeah, we all want him, but the more the merrier. Okay? If Ryan Garcia fights George Kambosos, that fight will be exciting from the press conference, because you already see them going back and forth on Twitter. From the press conference all the way up to the fight itself, they're going to be trying to take each other's heads off. Ryan Garcia, he knocks everybody out. If you like him or not, if you think he's sweet or not, hell, ShowBizz the Gray, our OG, Old Gray, calls Ryan Garcia a Spice Girl. Whatever you want to say about him, an Instagram model or not, you know he knocks people out. I don't give a damn what you feel about him. He knocks people out. You know that fight would be interesting from the press conference all the way to the fight itself. George Kambosos, fast hands, going to be ripping away at him, and Ryan Garcia is even faster with knockout power. Somebody's going to, and you know that. Ryan Garcia got his chin in the air, been dropped already. George Kambosos, nobody can take a flush Ryan Garcia punch. You know it. You know it. Feelings. You can put the feelings over finances if you want, but boxing is a business. Hold on, let me see. Trillion pennies don't understand that Devin ain't Mayweather, and the Zone can make 5 huge bags out of this one. That's right, for mandatories and up-and-comers. That's right. Let me see. I mean, I don't call him pennies, but I think Garcia is the best move for them. He's coming off a layoff, hasn't been focused exactly. Seems like they're baiting him carrot and stick. Here's the thing. They can mess around and beat Ryan Garcia. That's even better. Then you have the rematch clause. Politics at its best, whatever, man. F it. Just fight already. Dev will get his shot. But for now, the game of keep away is in full effect. Ryan is capped. Let me tell you this. Devin Haney got to make himself exciting. Don't change your fighting style. Devin Haney said himself, if I don't get Kambosos, I'm moving up to 140. It was Jojo Diaz that said Devin Haney has no power, but he'll probably have power at 140. This is Jojo Diaz coming up from a smaller weight class, taking a fight to Devin Haney. He wasn't worried about his power. That's a small man. That's a little guy. He said Devin Haney had no power. And he said he'll probably have it at 140. Devin Haney is talking about going up to 140. My thing is this. Don't change your boxing style, Devin Haney. You're successful. Okay, hold on real quick. I'm definitely going to watch it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're all going to watch it no matter what. We're boxing fans. Let's listen to Devin Haney and Kambosos again right here.
With all due respect, why do you feel like I need to look excited or whatever the case may be? Why not just make it happen for all the belts? I need to look excited or whatever the case may be. Why not just make it happen for all the belts?
Oh, no. We're gonna do that.
Good. That's it. That's all right.
As long as
if it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Devin Haney is a gentleman. Devin Haney is speaking with rationale and logic, but that's not sexy. That's not sexy. Devin Haney, you got to talk that shit, dog. Don't change your boxing style. You're successful. Whoop ass. Do what you do. But you got to talk that. Because you make all the sense in the world, but nobody pays for people being sensible. You got to be irrational and chaotic. Ryan Garcia, with all of this, broke his hand, pulled out of this fight, pulled out of that fight, mental health issues, no matter what, that's sexier. We all know what Vasily Lomachenko do in the ring. But why fight Vasily Lomachenko and get your ass whipped? We can have a shot and the big fight. Ryan Garcia already fighting Tego. Bro, it's looking like Ryan Garcia on the low. Ryan Garcia is the runaway bride. How can you trust him? Throw money at him. Throw Undisputed at him. He broke his hand once. The broke hand, I get that. That's real. The mental health issue, everybody question. Say what you want to. But he's fighting Tego. Let me see. So Ryan deserves a shot at Undisputed. Yes or no? LOL. Hell no. Hell no. $1 trillion dreams. But when I'm saying here in this community, I'm not talking about integrity. I'm not talking about the way we feel. Devin the Dream Haney deserves it. He was interim champion, was upgraded to full-time champion. That guy deserves it more than all of them. Lomachenko, he had his shot multiple times doing this thing, and I like his trailblaze back. But who deserves it more? Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia, that he doesn't deserve it more than them. But we're not talking about feelings and integrity. We're talking about boxing being a business. And what's going to put more eyeballs on the screen? What's going to have people more excited even after the fight? If George Kambosos lose in a fantastic fight and then fight again in another slugfest, win, lose, or draw, that guy is about to be a draw, George Kambosos, no matter what. Because he's going to be fighting Ryan Garcia in a savage war. Not in a chess match. The casual don't like chess matches. You and I, we can appreciate it. Right? We're talking about business. Let me see. You sound like Bob Arum talking about Crawford. Forget what I sound like. You can try to compare me to somebody else to try to make it feel a certain way. I'm telling you the facts. Accept it. You have to. You know what I'm saying makes sense. It is what it is. You can try to compare me and make it sound a certain, you sound like this, and let me throw Bob Arum at him. Let me stop. Now, I can come and push a narrative if you want and talk about my feelings and argue for Devin Haney. Either way, I'll watch Devin Haney against Kambosos. I'll watch Lomachenko against Kambosos. I'll watch Ryan Garcia against Kambosos. Or do you want the receipts? Do you want to know what's going on? That's all I'm asking, $1 trillion. Haney is a good fighter, but no story and a boring style. Unfortunately, Ryan can lose and still get views. That's right. Quadrupling Devin. It's the zone. Not fair. Yeah, nobody's being fair. They're just being financially lucrative. Real quick, though, those were the receipts. Receipts, motherfucker! If you haven't done it already, please hit the like button.
Hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those.
Huh? Now I can sit here. Feel me, James? I can sit here and just push the narrative. I can sit here and I know what I feel. I feel like Devin Haney should get his shot. I feel horrible for that brother. I feel he should get his shot. Okay? But I'm going to give y'all just the real of it. I'm going to give y'all the real. And I'll really, what did you guys come here for? Biased reality. Okay? Hit the Tyson bell. Either way, like $1 trillion said, $1 trillion, like I'm watching the fight. I'm watching the fight. When I gave you guys the receipts, it was Eddie Hearn that said, of course, this fight was more important than Lomachenko defending your title against Lomachenko is undisputed. What the heck? That's because Eddie Hearn is speaking from an integrity standpoint. And he happened to be the promoter for Devin the Dream Haney. So what do you want him to say? But still, he's coming from that standpoint. Everybody wants undisputed. Of course, that's the thing. What are you talking about? No, it's this. And now DAZN, according to everything that I showed, DAZN is reluctant to make Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. Let me see. I know you don't get in the politics, but have you heard AB talking about PBC financial issues? In my opinion, I have. That sheds a light on why some of the guys inactive. Yeah, I have. Biz, if you could make a 135-pound tournament, what fights would you make to get undisputed champ? Immediately, George Kambosos versus Devin the Dream Haney. I mean, that's just it. I mean, you're talking about integrity. Once again, I'm talking about finance. Let me see. Super sticker. Thank you so much. Okay. You said Haney versus Cruz and all those things. All right, fine. Now, let me ask you guys. With Vasily Lomachenko, out of all of the matchups for George Kambosos, it is Vasily Lomachenko that is the ballsy move. There's less bags with Vasily, okay? Because, you got Tego fighting Ryan Garcia. You got a warm-up fight, a tune-up fight for George Kambosos. But if George Kambosos fights Lomachenko immediately next, kick his ass. That's an ass whipping coming. If George Kambosos, and it sounds like Kambosos would fight anybody. It sounds like Kambosos would fight Lomachenko, and he would fight Devin Haney, and he would fight Ryan Garcia. He'll fight anybody. Okay. If he picks Lomachenko out of all of this, that is a ballsy move. That's a ballsy move. But I'm going to tell you how it's looking. How it's looking is Devin Haney at the bottom, who will move up to 140 and whoop ass there. I ain't worried about Devin Haney. Or number 2, Vasily Lomachenko at the top of the list. I'm telling you, it's Ryan Garcia. Now, I just gave it to you. I just gave it to you on a platter. Thurman versus Broner for the big mouth of boxing belt. Ha! Hit the Tyson bell. Thurman put on a good showing of himself. He's going to be even better next time. Let me see. Pound for pound king. That's too much like right, bro. Yeah. It's too much like right. We feel you. Y'all good? Y'all ready to go to ShowBizz the advice? Or you guys got more to say? You ready to go to ShowBizz the advice, or you got more to say? Or you want to ask some questions? Here we go right here. So nobody wants to see Ryan get his ass whipped. Loma versus Haney in the meantime. What do you mean? Ryan Garcia is up against a tricky fighter in Tego. We'll see what Ryan Garcia has. Y'all talking about Ryan Garcia getting his ass whipped. I haven't seen him get his ass whipped yet. Okay? I saw Ryan Garcia dribbling heads off the canvas. That's the last thing I saw. I saw that Lomachenko couldn't stop Campbell, but Ryan Garcia knocked his ass out with a body shot. Now, you can say what you want about him, putting a whole bunch of lip gloss on his lips and mascara and makeup, whatever you guys want to say. I'm talking about in the ring. Just last year, he dropped Luke Campbell with a body shot. You can say whatever you want. Like I said, I don't care about their personal lives. Inside of the ring, that's what I analyze. Okay? And when it comes to Ryan Garcia, he's putting people to sleep. I don't see him getting his ass whipped. I haven't seen it. Have you? I've seen the kid be undefeated. So what I'm saying is just the facts of it. We see him against Tego. If he dribbles Tego off the canvas, that's another knockout. Bro, we're talking about an action-packed fight between George Kambosos and Ryan Garcia, if you like it or not. Is it an integrity move? No. Devin the Dream Haney deserves it. But we're talking about a fight that's actually closer as far as who can win that fight. I think Lomachenko is a whitewashing. I think Devin the Dream Haney in a chess match ends up beating him in a weird chess match. That's the most boring fight out of 3. We know it's going 12, and it's the most boring fight out of 3. Lomachenko, on the other hand, exciting fight, great display, ass whipping. Ryan Garcia, action-packed, edge of the seat. We don't know who wins. That's really what it is. Somebody's going to sleep, though. Let me see what you have to say. Great fight this past weekend, Biz. You should have put on the half ball cap with the shag in the back. Ha! I need to find one of those. Luke slept that bump. No, he dropped him. See, that's the thing, King Gucci. That's the thing. You look at moments and fanboy or hate. I look at the end result. You drop somebody just like Frazier dropped Ali. That was a great left hook from Frazier. I always look at when Frazier dropped Ali, but I also look at how quick Ali got up. You talk about the fall and try to hop around like, you know, the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. Everybody come together and look at them down. I'm talking about when the Wicked Witch was like, what a world, and who really won at the end. Ryan Garcia, he got dropped, got his ass up quick, rocked him, and then knocked him out with a body shot. Now you tell me what you reward most. And then look at your life. Change that shit and talk about getting up and winning, even when things are tough. All right? Let me see. What else we got? $1 trillion. It's promoter versus promoter, network versus network. In boxing, it's about the bigger bag. I get just keep the same energy when talking Canelo or EJ or Bud. I do keep the same energy. I talk about what's the bigger fight, and I talk about what I want. I want Devin the Dream Haney. Right now, this is a show on Taco Tuesday about how this thing looks like it's going, the reality of how it looks like it's going. Now, we could have a conversation of just complaining, but that's not me. I'm not a man who walks around complaining, $1 trillion. I really want Devin Haney. That's how I feel inside, but I'm not going to keep telling, let's talk Devin Haney this and Devin Haney that, and he deserved this. I'm talking about what I'm going to damn see. I ain't got that kind of time. I'm talking about what's going to happen and what it look like we're going to see. That's how I roll, bruh. Always. All right? So look, hit the Tyson bell. BS, I love you, boy. Love you, boy. I know it's irritating. All right. You guys know how we do in the war room. Maybe spit my tea out. Hold on. Everybody, if you can, hit the like for me.
Hit the like. Your fingers over there be like, there's nothing to hit the like. You know what you like.
All right, man. This is an hour show. You guys ready for ShowBizz the advice? Y'all ready for ShowBizz the advice? We can do ShowBizz the advice, and then maybe if we have time, we'll talk about what's going on later. Okay? Talking about what's going on with Kambosos and all that shit. Okay? Who's ready for ShowBizz the advice? Here we go. Okay, I got you. Where am I? And this is the update. I gotta put this whole saga as one video. All right. I gotta make this whole saga one video, but it's time for our little segment that we like to call ShowBizz the advice.
ShowBizz the advice.
ShowBizz the fucking advice. Hold on. I actually feel Ryan Garcia handled the knockdown like a seasoned pro. He handled it like a warrior. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's start it out. Dear ShowBizz, let me tell you something, bro. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, bro. Stop with Dear ShowBizz, okay? Because I am not your damn dear. I ain't your dear shit. I got a woman. She's upstairs. I got a woman. You got a few. Those are your dears. I ain't a dear damn thing. So I need you to stop with that dear. Stop with the dear shit. Stop. I'm not a dearly nothing. I'm not a dear anything. Stop. And that's the Black Two Sugars. All right, here we go. My bad, brother, because you may need some help. Hold on. Can we see the Chihuahua? Oh, stupid comment. Oh, I got you. Yeah, for him saying dear, let me give this.
That comment was dumb.
All right, here we go, brother. First, I got to say that you and the War Room is my therapy during these times. See, now I feel bad. Brother, now I feel bad. But stop with the dear, bro. During these times, I haven't told any, especially, I haven't told anybody, brother. I haven't told anybody, especially my girl, about what's going on. Hey, he ain't told his girl yet, dog. I haven't told anybody, especially my girl, about what's going on. I haven't told my mother, and definitely not my big sister. Actually, that's who you tell. No. That's who you tell. Your big sister, you tell her, because she's a woman and she gets that way of thinking, and she's close. See, your mama can't do anything. See, your big sister closer to that age. No, you tell her. She got your back, bro. Well, maybe she doesn't. Let me see what you have to say. If she found out I'll be looking like Mario Barrios after the Thurman fight.
Bring our lips with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. Kiss a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The Burnell man can shaboing boing.
All right. So here's the update. Let me see what Trillion Dollar have to say. Dev gets clipped in a fight he dominated, and the fans get on him. Ryan gets dropped but gets praised. Yeah, it's that kind of day. How you doing? Right. I thought that was great from Devin the Dream Haney. I said that he pulled the fight out and he hugged. He did whatever he had to do to survive. Okay, here we go. Here's the update. Just like me said. The girl from the last advice. Okay, just like me said, I went to the doctor with side POS. Damn, and she's really pregnant. Damn.
Get your shit, and get out.
Hold on. Dear ShowBizz, you are the apple of my eye and the wings that make me fly, the boxing enjoyer and the employer. No one else comes close to the great ShowBizz. Stop with the dear shit. Damn. All right, y'all, let me talk. What'd he say? And yes, she's really pregnant. Damn. I didn't request for a blood test because things got really heated there. And really requesting that at the time would have had me in handcuffs later. I get it, brother. I get it, brother. I get it. He said, I didn't request for the blood test because things got really heated there. Damn. And really requesting that at the time would have had me in handcuffs later. I really hate her, bro. From the bottom, I really hate her, bro. After the doctor, she took to TikTok, no, and said, guess who's a new mom? No! You done, dog. You done, dog. There's no advice. You want advice? You're done. You want advice? You're done. It's over, dog. You got that kind of, it's over, dog. It's over. I'll read the rest of you. I ain't got no advice for you. You're done. Let me see. And she went on talking about the pleasures of bringing life into the world. You know, it still may not be yours. You still got an ace. ShowBizz, I'm in the shit right now. Let me see. My girl is starting to suspect something because I've been so effed up. He said the real word. I've been so effed up in the head, even around her. Damn, it's over, bro. I don't think the POS is going to allow me to make it the whole 9 months without telling my girl. Damn. War room, I gotta tell her. Damn. Brother. Damn, dog. After the love is gone, how can we meet it now? I forgot how the song went. When used to be like. All right, here we go. Here's the advice. I just want ideas on how to do it. I gotta tell her. I just want ideas on how to do it. I'm always in the war room. I just never comment or send super chats, but I'm listening. Oh, you're here now. So any advice would help. Like, can you give me the actual words to say? And I ain't got nothing for you. You want me to give you that? I told Mama, that's that Cyrano. Okay, he wants me to give him the actual words. I ain't got nothing for you. Now, you could go in the war room. I told you a long time ago, pack a bag. She going to say, where are you going? Tell her the check is in the mail. And go stay with your sister. And go stay with your sister. Oh, let me see. Like, can you give me the actual words to say and how? Sincerely yours. LOL. Stop. That's not. Stop. I'm not in that I'm not in that zone right now. We're gonna talk Devin Haney after this. I'm not in that zone right now, dog. So look. Give you the actual words. I ain't got it. What do you guys got? Better call Jesus. Absolutely. Let me see. Accusations about race. Oh shit. Here we go. Oscar Fitz. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. This war room not. Well, this is a segment, a public place, so she don't kill you. Yeah, take her to. You know what? No, because it would embarrass you. Listen. Remember me 2 weeks ago? Me said that when you tell a woman that, she feels like it's her fault. Right? Here we go. Say, hey Siri, play the agony and the ecstasy by Smoking. A new member, baby. Look, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Me said that women feel that it can be their fault, that something's wrong with them. So stay away from the I love yous and just flat out tell her, hey, I made a horrible mistake. Let her know how supportive and constant you're going to be in the children's life. And it's really up to her how she wants to deal with him, because you were being irresponsible. You are being disrespectful. Just let her. I ruined us. Okay. And it's up to you. I would, however you want to deal with this, but I will always be there for my children. Okay. Even the, just man up and own up to it. I mean, that's all I got to say, bro. But you're out of there. War room to the love room, dear ShowBizz. Right. You're out of there, bro. LOL facts. This is what we got for you. Get your shit, and get out. That's, go with your sister. Your sister's going to have your back. She's going to be like, what the hell are you doing? But try to get that blood test before you tell. Though. If you can. But you say that she can't wait the 9 months. I don't know what to tell you. All right. So everybody, I mean, that's all I can give you. That's all I can give you, bro. Game over, man.
ShowBizz the advice.
ShowBizz the fucking advice. Okay. Before we end this, let's discuss everybody's. Now that we all had a chance to think about it, let's discuss what we want and what is the most probable, right, to happen for Kambosos, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia and Lomachenko. Okay. Tego is gonna knock Garcia head off. That's what Lou DiBella's waiting for. So if we want to talk about what's going to happen, Lou DiBella, no matter what, they're going to wait on the result of Ryan Garcia versus Tego. They're going to wait on that result. Okay. Because if Tego wins, then that works for Lou DiBella because he have the in-house undisputed fight. All right. It looks like the zone isn't backing Devin the Dream Haney. So Devin the Dream Haney is going to go up to 140, make a fight there. Vasily Lomachenko, he wants to be undisputed no matter what. He's actually sent an offer to Team Kambosos already. Okay. But as Team Kambosos been saying, and how Vasily Lomachenko's been saying, it's still just negotiating. They're still just talking. Nothing has really happened moving forward. It's just in that little phase. Why? Ryan Garcia is still a big bag. Ryan Garcia is a huge draw. He's extremely young. The zone look like they're backing Ryan Garcia. And it's going to be an action-packed fight and an action-packed press conference. Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos. Action-packed press conference, action-packed fight. They're going to do that again. Here's the thing about Kambosos versus Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia doesn't seem to be, he has mental health issues. George Kambosos is extremely solid mentally. He beat Teofimo Lopez before the fight happened. I think, and now Teofimo Lopez, he was talking real bad things, mental health things on Twitter too. George Kambosos, if he did that with Teofimo Lopez, he'll probably do a little bit worse with Ryan Garcia leading up to the fight. George Kambosos will get into Ryan Garcia's head before the fight. He ain't getting into Vasily Lomachenko's head. So he probably feels that he can puppet master Ryan Garcia even before the fight. Once the fight happens, George Kambosos can box. So we're talking about a situation where George Kambosos also feel comfortable in what the result can be with Ryan Garcia. Facts or no? Facts or no? You're talking about a situation like when I bring up with Muhammad Ali and Iron Mike Tyson, he'll be Iron Mike Tyson before the fight happens. George Kambosos would be doing work on King Ryan Garcia before the fight even happens. He is so much of a manipulator and so mentally strong and very confident. You saw how he take control. Let me show you Devin Haney and George Kambosos again. Look at how he took control.
With all due respect, why do you feel like I need to look excited or whatever the case may be? Why not just make it happen for all the belts? I need to look excited or whatever the case may be. Why not just make it happen for all the belts?
Oh, no. We're gonna do that.
Good. That's it. That's all right.
As long as
if it makes sense.
He's already doing the eye contact. He's already doing the pointing. He fist bumped Bill Haney. He's controlling that whole thing. That's what he does. He'll be doing that with Ryan Garcia too. Cutting him off, seeing Ryan Garcia's weaknesses, how aggressive or emotional he is, and he'll play off that. Okay? So he probably feel more confident in the lead up for Ryan Garcia and then the fight itself. He's already manipulating Ryan now, saying, hey, I'm fighting anybody but Ryan Garcia. Get out of here, boy. Calling him a boy. He's going to keep calling him a boy. He may call him a girl. Hit Tyson Bell. So he got more to offer against Ryan Garcia than Vasily Lomachenko. And Devin Haney is not going to fall into that either. Devin Haney is not going to fall into a war during the fight. He's going to box, stick, and move. He'll probably win that fight. So it's like, why lose a boring fight? So it's either Vasily Lomachenko and Ryan Garcia, and I think he feels more confident with Ryan Garcia plus the big bag. Plus the big bag. He's like a simple Jedi. Let me see. Do you think Devin versus Loma will ever happen? Yeah, I think it can happen. Well, if Devin moves up to 140, it can't happen. Loma's already maxed out at 135. But if Devin were to stay at 130, let me tell you something about Lomachenko that a lot of people who are huge Devin Haney fans ignore. Lomachenko fights them all. He will fight anybody. Instead of fighting Devin Haney, he fought Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez was a harder puncher, good ring IQ, better resume. Beat Nakatani, Richard Comey. He took on the more dangerous fighter who had an IBF title. Devin Haney didn't fight anybody of any notoriety, and he had the interim title. Lomachenko took the harder fight. Okay? Lomachenko fought Nakatani. Who fights him? High risk, low reward. He fought him immediately. When we know Lomachenko has an issue with tall fighters. He fought the knockout puncher, Richard Comey. I mean, this is how he fought Gary Russell, his third, fourth fight? Salido, his second fight? Luke Campbell, Linares, when Linares still had it. And Linares dropped him. He fought knockout guys. The guy would fight anybody. So he'll fight Devin Haney if they stayed at 135. He'll fight him. Now, I know Devin Haney said that he has DMs reaching out to Lomachenko. And he said Lomachenko didn't respond well or something like that. So I don't know about all those details. Lomachenko called out Gervonta Tank Davis. It was team Gervonta Tank Davis that was saying no. And I'm going to say this about Tank Davis. Tank Davis. I'm going to say this about Tank Davis too. Let me see this right here. I'm gonna give you this a little bit because you just not.
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
I'm going to say this about Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? Gervonta Tank Davis, he'll fight anybody too. Oh, yes. Tank is getting a bad rap. Tank fought Mario Barrios. He jumped up 2 weight classes to fight him. Mario Barrios just went 12 with Keith One Time Thurman at 147. Tank moved up 2 weight classes, fought Barrios, and knocked him out. And Barrios went 12 with Keith One Time Thurman at 147. Oh, my bad. Keith One Time. Okay. At 147. All right. Fighting Leo Santa Cruz, having that war with Isaac Cruz. I'm just saying, Tank Davis will fight anybody. His handlers has a different plan for Tank Davis. For me, I think Tank Davis should rematch Isaac Cruz. If not, take on Lomachenko. Everybody will want to see that. Lomachenko versus Tank Davis. Everybody want to see that as Devin the Dream Haney takes on Kambosos. That'll be my thing. Okay. Tank Davis also, he doesn't want to fight Rolly. Tank Davis hates how he's being moved along. I promise you. Remember the press conference with Rolly and Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank Davis didn't look, he was like, why am I fighting this? He was as frustrated as we were. He's like, dude, the kid's a bum. What? He was super frustrated. Tank does not want to fight Rolly. He want to have fights. He's 27 years old. Hit the Tyson bell. Believe it or not, Tank want to have fights. Just like Floyd Mayweather did when he was coming up. Just how Roy Jones Jr., Canelo Alvarez, those boys, he may have to be a little bit more independent. Okay? I'm not sure if his next fight being Rolly is going to be best for Tank Davis for his career, but they know more than I do. Okay? But I think it's about time for him to have those 4 Kings fights. It'll be beautiful to hear Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lomachenko, Devin the Dream Haney, Ryan Garcia, George Kambosos, any of those boys. Teofimo Lopez at 140, right? Hit the Tyson bell. So, I don't know. What say you? Tank is a fan favorite. Okay. Leave Floyd then. I don't, that's hard. That's easier said than done, because I'm pretty sure that Floyd is not only a manager or advisor or promoter, but I'm pretty sure that he's also a big brother, and he probably gives him advice on what to do with his money. Floyd is probably extremely, not probably, I'm sure he's extremely resourceful when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis. When I was saying Gervonta, you may have to leave Floyd, that's easier said than done. Either way, he has to be a little bit more a shot caller. If he can, tell them, yo, I'm trying to have the fights, man. Do you guys believe in me or not? He may have had those conversations already. He may be looking at Floyd like, Floyd, you fought Castillo, Corrales, Super Zab Judah, Oscar De La Hoya. You were getting busy. Can I have that career? Let me see. Spence Ugas, April 16th, just announced. Wow! Beautiful. We're waiting for that. That's great. That's great. I'll do a separate video on that. Let me see. Finish out your contract and go solo. Spence versus Ugas just confirmed. All right, man. We'll talk about that. I'll put out a video about that. So hopefully you guys really appreciate it and enjoyed the Taco Tuesday. Let me know how you all feel in the comments. And everybody who are in the comments, they read the comments after this. They probably didn't even watch the video and start saying, hey, help me out and letting them people know, hey, man, just try to listen first. Okay, that's a big thing. ShowBizz Adult. Hump Day tomorrow. We're going to have more of that stuff. Thursday is usually like a little video. And then come Friday, the Facts Friday, you know, it gets down. And we have to see what's going on this week. I got to see when my woman wants to celebrate. Okay. Valentine. You got to take care of home. All right. I'm out. Huh. I may want to do that Izzy and Whitaker too.